Hello everyone, and welcome to this video where I'm going to be showing you precisely how I have been able to move from the losses that we have in my previous video to the decision that brings about consistent profit and the strategy that I've been using. The first thing you need to understand is that there's a difference between casino and the gambler. The casino is like the market maker, while the gamblers is just like the participant. So approaching trading with a mindset of a casino as a market maker, right? And how that has shifted my approach to trading and changes everything is what I'm going to be sharing as a core element of my trading strategy. So to start with, I told myself way back then, I need to approach trading differently. And what that means is I have to stop thinking like an average trader, which means I have to start thinking, therefore, as the house in casino. So when I was therefore trying to recover these losses about 2 years now, I realized that there are two non-negotiable rules I had to follow. And the first one is to stop trading with my hard-earned money. The essence is simple, is to stop risking my own savings, and of course, to remove the fear of losing. Of course, when the fear is gone, so is my irrational decision also, which of course affects a lot of traders if it's still in place. So that is one, to stop trading with my hard-earned money. The second one is to adopt what I call micro-resolution strategies. And this is what I mean by micro-resolution strategies. It means using low risk and sweeping trading method on large funded accounts, which of course is provided by legitimate prop firms like FTMO. I'm sorry, why I've been saying FTMO is simply because I have seen it all. You need to watch my video linked here where I explain my real story and journey into the world of trading. So when I say FTMO, I know what I'm talking about. In another video, which I'm still going to link, is where I compare FTMO and some other prop firms. So basically for now, we're talking about FTMO because that's legit. So using low risk on that huge account and then using a sweeping trading method, which means you are in and then you are out within a specific time of the day and a specific sweeping period to catching profits without really risking the huge capital. So an interesting thing about this strategy is that if you choose to still be doing your normal work, then that's fine, because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm still doing my normal job while I'm still using this strategy. So which means with the huge capital, I only need to spend a little amount of time and get out something huge, which is why I always say less is more. Less time, less effort, huge profits. So now let's put this into numbers. Take for example, you have a $100,000 account from FTMO and you just risk 2 to 4% to take 10% profit. That 10% equates to $10,000. And of course, because it's 80 to 20% profit split, if you get your 80% of the $10,000, that's $8,000. Now, if you scale this down to target only 5%, and that is $5,000, and then you get 80% of that, which is $4,000. Now, this can be achieved within a month. And I'm going to show you shortly how this is even actually achieved in 2 weeks. So, which means if it's $4,000 a month at the barest minimum, it therefore means you can get about $10,000 in 2 months average. So, and that of course equates to, let's say you have your holiday and all of that. So you have about 2 months where you're not actually trading. And that equates to about 10 months of £5,000. So we're looking at about $10,000 in 2 months. And if you do that for 10 months, $50,000. That's a good money because you still have your regular source of income. The beauty is you are not over leveraging. You're not risking your rent money. Okay? So you have your source of income, which still pay for your bills and all of that. So Forex therefore is just side hustle, not a main, work. So, and you are not stuck staring at charts all day. So you're trading with calm confidence of someone who already has a safety net. So let's get straight into it, where I'm going to show you how this is working in real life. So here is an example of a FTMO account, one of my accounts, okay? Looking at it, this is a 140,000 account. How do you get the account? All you need to do is to go to the website ftmo.com, and then it takes you to the page where you will need to register. Fill in your details. Once you've registered, then it's going to show up your name on the page, which means you've registered. So what you need to do is to say, take new FTMO challenge. And I encourage you, depending on risk appetite, some people choose to start from a 10,000 pound account. Forgive me, this is a pound account because I'm in the United Kingdom, so I trade with pound. And of course, I made payment as well for my challenges in pound. So, and I've picked pound, which is here, and of course 10,000 pound. Then you need to say payment method. So if the payment method as well is pound, then that changes that to 135 pound to buy the 10,000 accounts. I'm aware that for new starter, this price might be a little bit different. It might be the same or it might be less than this. So there are 5 things you need to configure when you reach this stage. And the first one is the currency of the account you want to be trading. And I pick pound for this purpose. And of course, the second one is the size of the account. We're picking 10,000 for this purpose. If you choose, you can pick 140, but we pick 10,000 for this purpose. The third thing is the currency with which you want to make the payment. So if you pick, you want to pay in dollars, that is $182 you're going to pay for this 10,000 pound account. If you pick pound, then you're going to be paying 135 pounds. The fourth thing to do is to pick the type of account, which is to pick either 1-to-100 leverage or 1-to-30 leverage. For my own purpose, I pick 1-to-30 leverage. You don't want to over leverage. So you want to take 1-to-30 leverage, which of course has other benefits beyond the scope of this video. First thing you want to configure is the platform which you want to be trading. And for my purpose here, I pick MetaTrader 5 or you can pick MetaTrader 4, which is just, of course, the platform from which you'll be trading. So let me show you how the platform looks like. MetaTrader 5 looks like this, and MetaTrader 4 looks almost the same. You can choose any of the platform that you like, okay? Another difference is that MT4, you can close all of the trade at once on your phone, while on MT4, you can only close each trade one at a time, okay? So this is how the trading platform looks like. Basically, it's simple, it's not something difficult. And of course, your trading terminal is here, which you can take away, Ctrl-T, or bring back with Ctrl-T. There are other things on the platform, which is the market watch. By Ctrl-M, you can bring in a market watch where you can see all of the assets available by the provider. And of course, where you log into your account, which is your login terminal, which you can bring in by pressing Ctrl-N, which shows you how to log in, where you can click on and log into your account by inputting your password and your login details, which you're going to get shortly once we've registered. So back to FTMO page, you configure MT4 or MT5. Choose any one you like. And of course, you read the terms and condition of a general or the general terms and condition for taking the challenge. So all you need to do is to then come onto this section once you've read that to see the summary of what you have configured. Currency you want to trade with, platform, MetaTrader 5, type of account in terms of leverage, which is FTMO swing 1-to-30 leverage, and the amount you're paying. And then, of course, you agree to the conditions, and then you say continue to payment. Once you click on that, it takes you to the payment page where you can pay with any of your bank cards or even credit cards. So you do that, and then boom, you pay that, And once you've done that, within a couple of minutes, let's say 5-10 minutes, you check your email, and then the email you have used to register when you're registering with FTMO, in that email, then you'll be able to see the account details with which you will log in into the MT4 platform. You can see here it says FTMO support has sent me the order configuration for £10,000 account. It has been processed. Okay. And once I make the payment the same way, I'm going to see the password and all of that with which I'm going to log into the platform. So these are the login details we look. You say login details for your FTMO challenge. And then what you need to do is go down there, click on the link. It takes you back to the FTMO page where you can see the login details. Back to the FTMO page. And then you go to your account overview. Then this is what comes up. You can see your account in there. And your credentials is where you see the password and the login details with which you log into the MT4 or MT5 or MetaTrader. So what you need to do is to copy the login details, go to your MT5, paste it in there, you paste it in, you go back to FTMO website, copy the master password, not the read-only. The master password is what you copy because that will enable you to trade. Read-only password does not allow you to trade. That's only for someone who wants to be looking at your account, but they won't be able to place any trade. So, and then of course you go to the platform again and then you paste in the password. And once you've done that, you click OK. Once you click OK, then this is what you're going to see. You're going to see your account. So I'm going to take away the market watch and the navigator. Take away the navigator, Control M, Control N, and we're going to look at the history of these accounts. Let's enlarge this. So looking at the history of this account, which is a new one I just started on the 4th of August 2025 and up until 8th of August, what we'll be able to generate is 9,000, about £10,000 profit from the 140,000 deposit, which was the original balance. Now, when you look at all of this, you can see profit and loss and all of that. But the profits obviously are way more than the losses. Now, to better understand this, you go back to FTMO website, you click on what we call the account matrix. When you click on the account matrix, it's going to show you all of the factors and the descriptors about this account. Applying micro-resolution strategy to this account, this is the result we are seeing, which is my normal result for my FTMO account. So now let's take a look. So we've got total of 7 trading days. You are required to trade at least 4 days. You don't have to rush yourself. As I told you guys, you don't need to rush. You need to take your time to get all of these things done. So 7 days traded, that's objective 1 is passed. Objective number 2, maximum daily loss of £7,000, which is 5% of 140,000. My strategy has ensured that it didn't go beyond 3.4%. And mind you, this is not actually a picked loss, it's actually a tracking loss because you can see here the maximum loss on this account so far is minus 1.4%. So essentially, we've risked between 1% and 3% to catching 6%. Now the target is 10% for the first phase of the process. So you have to have 10%, which is we need to have £14,000. And looking at it now, we've got maybe like £4,500 to achieve that purpose, and which you're going to achieve this week. And I'm going to keep you guys updated about that. In fact, the remaining days for this account, I'm going to be recording the process day by day, and I'm going to be showing you how this will be passed with the micro-resolution strategy. So now let's look at each day of the 7 days. Okay, let's look at that. Day 1, 1st of August. Profit was 1,950. Day 2. These are showing only the days that I trade. It's not going to show any day that you don't trade. So I traded on the 1st of August. Let's check the calendar to see what that day is. 1st of August, which was a Friday. And I traded on the 4th of August, which is a Monday. And that brings £900. On the 5th of August, £1,300. On the 7th of August, £1,000. And of course, on the 8th of August, £500. 7 days in all, and we've made that profit. Now, out of all the days, okay, I can see here I got 31st. Oh, I see. 30th of July was £4,000. That's a crazy profit that day. It was a major move. And 31st of August was a losing day. So out of all these 7 days, only 1 day of loss. Other things you can see in the metrics, which is why I encourage people to take ProfM challenge, is because the metrics will show you your level of improvement and how sophisticated your strategy really is. So we can see here that the consistency score is 59%, which is good. The win rate, which of course doesn't really matter, because we've seen people with win rate that's less than 50% and they still pass. So win rate doesn't really matter, but in this case, say 59%. Average profit, average loss, number of trades, and all of that, which, of course, shows you how sophisticated your strategies are. Now, there are other things which you can see in there, which can tell you how well you're doing on each asset and how well you're doing at different times of the day. So if you look at the chart, this account, as you can see, has never had a major dip, quote unquote. It started off from £140,000, a little bit of a dip there to 139,000, never below that, and then boom, and that level has been maintained so far. Okay, so this is something that I really want to teach people in the August training that I've organized for this month. We're doing that live, and people can choose to join live or people can choose to join via Zoom. So, and that's what we're doing, teaching that, explaining that to people, how I'm really taking trades each day, the strategy that I'm using, the signs that I'm seeing, the things that I see on the chart, and that suggest what to do. So you want to click on the link on the YouTube page, the link that takes you to the Telegram channel where you can participate in my live trading session. So you see my availability, you can pick any of the available slots, and then you can be part of the trading event. So you can join live in person or you can join via Zoom meeting where we're going to be showing this live. The interesting thing is that if you've got a live account, you can actually log in at that time and taking live trade, and you can take the trade and you can actually catch in some profits. So that's the quick one I just want to show you guys about an overview of what I'm talking about in terms of taking live trades, trading less, and making more money, going via legitimate ProfM without risking your normal money. That account there, I don't have to risk my huge amount of fund. I only pay for the challenge and my emotion is not attached to it. So if anything happens, the only thing I'm going to lose is the money I paid for the challenge, not the £140,000. Okay? And of course, when you practice over time, you become better and your strategy improves, and you can see it on the metrics there, how you're improving the analysis, and then you can actually fine-tune things and get better. So click on the link, join the Telegram, and I will see you on the inside. Bye for now.